Coming up in the morning edition, members of the House of Assembly approving the resolution to extend the COVID-19 emergency orders. Also,
the return of employees to their places of work will commence as early as 1st of February.
Day-to-day operations getting back to normal, and
I went the entire Saturday night into Sunday and went the entire Sunday and Sunday night into Monday.
Hard work paying off for one winner of the KFC Junkanoo Buckets competition. We have those stories and much, much more when the morning edition comes right back.
First, it's more than just our name, more than just our achievements. It's our nature, and it's where we put our customers. At Bahamas First, we've refreshed our look, but our nature remains the same. We design insurance solutions that protect our customers from life's uncertainties, whatever they may be. We equip you for the future so that you can recover stronger. Bahamas First, what's first for you comes first for us.
Professional Tennis Services. Call us. Professional Tennis Services. Call us. Professional Tennis Services. Provided by former United States college coach. 20 years of local and overseas tennis experience. Learn the game with a professional or just get fit. 818-7742. Call 818-7742. Professional Tennis Services 242@gmail.com.
Good morning, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and welcome to the morning edition. Taking a look at your weather forecast this morning. A strong cold front is expected to enter the extreme northwest Bahamas this morning, then quickly move through to the central Bahamas with moderate to strong breezes and cooler temperatures. We'll get up to a high today of 79 degrees with an overnight low of 66 degrees. Let's take you out to our streets this morning where Charles Fisher and the morning traffic team is standing by with your Thursday morning traffic.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
A beautiful Thursday morning to all of you. Coming to you from Shirley and Marquis Street where traffic is heavy already coming from over the Paradise Island Bridge, also traversing along Shirley Street and Market Street. And once again, joining us this morning is Constable Prince Dean. And Prince, this is a very hectic area. What do you want to tell us this morning about this area?
Yes, I realize a lot of persons get distracted in this area. We have a traffic light. A lot of persons approach the junction and they forget the light is on green. I advise you to pay attention to the traffic light. Always be cautious of other road users in this area also. This is a frequent accident area. Allow yourself some time before crossing the light to see left or right to make sure no vehicle is coming from the left side. All right? I ask those persons also a reminder, please do not use your cell phone and drive. That is becoming a big matter now. You'll be ticketed for using your cell phone while operating your motor vehicle, and a lot of persons like to run this traffic light, so I advise you not to do so.
And this also has a right turning lane.
Yes, it has a right turning lane. You can see the merge lane on the side there. A lot of persons tend to just turn right. Remember now, the legal turn is a left legal turn, not a right one. So if you run the light on your right turn, you're in problems. You'll get a fixed penalty for that too also.
All right, thanks a lot, Constable Prince Dean, for joining us here this morning here at Shirley Market Street where traffic is already hectic. So if you're in this area, please, don't be on your phone. Watch the signal lights and drive with extreme caution and care. Back to you, LaDawn.
Members of the House of Assembly burned the midnight oil last evening to approve the resolution to extend the emergency powers COVID-19 orders. The resolution now moves to the Senate, where debate will begin at 10 o'clock this morning. Minister of Health, the Honorable Renwood Wells, closed the House Assembly's debate, describing it as long and fruitful. He also responded to criticism that the government isn't doing enough to assist Bahamians in need.
Some $140+ million in income assistance. Mr. Speaker, the government of the Bahamas would have given rental assistance to the Bahamian people. Pine Ridge say it ain't enough. But the fact of the matter is, Mr. Speaker, we've given it. Mr. Speaker, the government of the Bahamas would have spent close to some $40 million in food assistance to the Bahamian people. So, Mr. Speaker, even that argument in and of itself does not hold much water.
He also used the opportunity to reference Wednesday's COVID-19 health dashboard, which showed several positive cases of crew members on board a charter boat operating in the Bahamas for about 4 weeks.
They have been getting tested on a weekly basis, and 11 of those individuals have now come up positive for COVID. But I also want the Bahamian people to know that the Ministry of Health has moved very aggressively. Those who are asymptomatic, meaning that they're not presenting with any sort of signs of the virus, have been quarantined, and those who are symptomatic have been completely isolated, and the ministry is monitoring those individuals to ensure that if their circumstances should deteriorate, the ministry would move in a way to ensure life and limb. So the true numbers for the test yesterday, as was said by the Prime Minister, is 10.
A majority of the government supported extending the emergency powers COVID-19 orders. Several cabinet ministers explained their reasons during yesterday afternoon's House session.
The 4-month additional ask for is to demonstrate, to show, to ensure and implement necessary precautions. Mr. Speaker, the pandemic, meaning the world remains at risk, has not dissipated.
It is my considered view that we must continue to make this collective sacrifice until we get the much coveted vaccine. Mr. Speaker, we simply have no choice.
Extending the emergency powers does not automatically mean extending restrictions.
Progressive Liberal Party members of Parliament maintain their stance that they do not support extending the emergency orders and offered some recommendations to the government to help fight COVID-19.
It doesn't necessarily follow that you need a declaration of a state of emergency where you suspend civil liberties. That could be done by ordinary legislation. Their own Attorney General would agree with that. So we're not talking about the measures to be made. We're talking about the suspension of civil liberties that relates to the state of emergency that's been declared.
I want to encourage the government to buffer the vulnerable, to ensure people are not suffering, and to support small business in this country.
Stay close. The Morning Edition is back right after this.
But the basic preconditions without which economic revival could not be seriously contemplated are now in place. And there is unmistakable evidence that the growth cycle has begun.
You think of a very deliberative, talented individual who gave many years of public service to the Bahamas, whose contribution to the Bahamas are, in my view, immeasurable.
It is hard to measure the contributions of Sir William Allen. He played a major role in shaping and advancing the financial frameworks of so many of our institutions. Join us on ZNS TV 13 on Thursday, January 28th at 8:30 p.m. as we pay tribute to a Bahamian patriot. This program will be rebroadcast on Sunday, January 31st at 3:30 p.m.
Love is in the air everywhere. And here at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, we are bringing you a ZNS Valentine special. My Blind Valentine follows the story of two individuals who test their dating skills on a blind date and possibly find their one true love. Viewers will also be eligible for prizes. All you have to do is send a photo of you and your Valentine to webproduction@znsbahamas.com, saying why you love that person, and one winner will be announced at the end of each show. Remember to mark the date on your calendar, February 10th and 11th, for a TV special like no other and a chance to win. My Blind Valentine. Love is in the air with ZNS and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
New year, new time. Watch Conversations with Christ every Sunday at 10 a.m. And I'll tell you why. Because God said 1,000 years is like a day for me. And that's why you could have a thief on the cross pray for just a few seconds and get forever, and get forgiveness, and get eternity. So every single Sunday for 30 minutes, we're going to praise God together. So every Sunday at 10 a.m., Conversations with Christ.
Minister of Health, the Honorable Renwood Wells, listing reasons why he endorses the extension of the emergency powers COVID-19 orders in the House of Assembly Wednesday. In his contribution, he cited the comparison between the country's experience with the first and second wave of the COVID-19 virus, illustrating that 104 cases were recorded in the first wave as opposed to 8,140 in the second wave. But he maintains, though, that the curve has flattened.
83%. 6,746 have recovered. New cases have remained less than 20 cases daily for the past month, with a 7-day moving average of 9 cases. Down 9 cases, Mr. Speaker, down from a high of 109 at our peak back in October of 2020. Hospitalizations, Mr. Speaker, declined to a low of 3 on January 10th. It rebounded slightly, and stabilization took place in low digits. The number of hospitalizations currently holds at 12.
The health minister also assuring the country in Parliament Wednesday that the Ministry of Health's testing protocol has not changed as the RT-PCR and rapid antigen tests are used to diagnose COVID-19 in this country. He noted, though, that to make COVID-19 tests available to a wider cross-section of Bahamians, government continues to explore other testing strategies like the saliva test. Minister Wells described it as an alternative to the current nasal swabbing protocol.
The saliva samples are easily obtained and stored at refrigerated temperature for 1 week. A swab can only be preserved for 3 days. This method offers benefits to our family islands for easy storage and transport. Despite the Ethics Committee approval for the saliva direct test to undergo an evaluation by being piloted within the family islands, there has been pause in the pilot study. Initially planned to target asymptomatic positive persons, the study has now been paused due to the successful decline in the number of new positive cases in country. The protocol is now being revised and adapted to our new improved reality.
Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, making it known that direct contact has been made with providers of approved vaccines, which he says have met the standards of the World Health Organization.
Vaccine, Mr. Speaker, will not be mandatory. And so far, approved vaccines will only be administered to adults. The vaccine will be free of charge to all eligible adults who choose to take it. Which vaccines will be used and exactly when they will arrive in country is still being worked out.
The Prime Minister also told the House that public servants working from home will soon be back in the workplace.
The return of employees to their places of work will commence as early as 1st of February 2021. permanent secretaries, and heads of department will communicate with employees regarding the operational protocols specific to their circumstances. I wish to emphasize, Mr. Speaker, that the safety and well-being of all employees in public service, their families, and all citizens and residents remain my and our highest priority.
The International Monetary Fund commending government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Ministry of Finance acknowledging that the government is pleased the IMF's board of directors agrees with its near-term priority to save lives. Government appropriately shifted its fiscal policies towards providing relief to households and individuals who become unemployed due to the pandemic. Stay close, we've got more right after this. You're watching The Morning Edition.
One of the most important questions that you could ever ask is why. Somebody wants you to join the gang? Why? Somebody wants you to use store? Why? Somebody wants you to go on a move with them? Why? I've met so many people that messed up their future by not asking that question. People are now blind, confined to wheelchairs in prison, and even dead because they failed to ask the question, why? I mean, it's your future. Shouldn't you at least know why you mess it up? But let me ask you a question. Why would you choose to mess up our nation's #1 industry, tourism? Why would you choose to mess up a future for your little brother, your little sister, or even your own little children by promoting gangs? I'm Carlos Reed, asking you to create the kind of future that you want to see by choosing to ask the question, why?
It is normal to feel overwhelmed, lonely, scared, or sad during a crisis. Coping can be difficult when your daily schedule is interrupted. Drinking may feel good, but is not the best way to cope with stress. It can worsen your mental and physical health and impact your family. So how can you cope? Keep physically active, like taking a walk or dancing. Cook and eat nutritious food, including fruits and vegetables. Engage in indoor activities like playing games and staying connected with family and friends. Meditate, encourage yourself, or enjoy music. Still feeling overwhelmed? We are here to listen. This message is brought to you by these partners.
Well, we've got some breaking news out of Yellow Elder this morning. Our Charles Fisher is standing by with the latest. Charles, what can you tell us?
Well, good morning, LaDawn. Good morning, Bahamas. Once again, details are sketchy at this moment. We just spoke with ASP Audley Peters a few minutes ago. He said he's going to check the scene and then he is going to come back and tell us exactly what the scenario is. But what we can tell you, the police discovered a body sometime around little after 7 o'clock this morning. Emergency personnel were called to the scene and then the police were then summoned and they arrived here. There's a heavy police presence in this area. The corner is right opposite the dirt road, right opposite the Yellow Elder school. And so right now, like I say, details are sketchy, but coming up later on in the Bahamas tonight, also at 5, we'll be able to give you a better update on exactly what is happening here. As you can see way in the background, we are well off from the scene, but the police did say that they discovered the body shortly after 7 o'clock this morning, not saying what happened to the body. So we'll be waiting on ASP Audley Peters to come back from in the back and tell us exactly what happened here this morning. But that's all we have for you right now. But we are in Yellow Elder, right opposite the Yellow Elder School, and that's the scenario, LaDawn. Back to you.
Fisher, are you able to say whether or not the body was a male or a female, just to get some clarity on that?
We are unable to tell you exactly if it is a male or female at this point. We were trying to get information from persons on the scene. Everybody was tight-lipped on what has been happening, but I can tell you there is definitely a heavy police presence. Like I indicated, ASP Peters said that he had nothing to say at the moment because he was just arriving on the scene. So as soon as he comes from in the back, he will be able to give us some kind of update on exactly is it a male or female and whatever happened to the body.
Thanks a lot. We'll continue to follow this story. Meantime, Cleveland Clinic and Doctors Hospital Health System have formed a strategic advisory council with the goal of expanding and improving the delivery of health services in this country. The organizations agreed to form the advisory council in a 2-year strategic advisory agreement, which will provide Doctors Hospital access to Cleveland Clinic's network of internal experts. Doctors Hospital President Dr. Charles Digges considers the move a great opportunity.
We're looking at both the Cleveland Clinic and Doctors Hospital are concerned about the cost, and this would be an important topic to patients as well as their payers. And we're going to pay a lot of attention to how we can control or contain the cost, at least hold down the rate of increase in cost and create ingenious ways that patients can, as a priority, receive care that they need, and we keep the issue of cost appropriately on the back end. When it comes to the associates or the employees within our health system, we know that this is an amazing opportunity for them to network, to benchmark the standards that they display in our work environment, and to identify where else they need to be taking their own personal and professional growth.
Physicians will also be able to connect with peers and discuss patient care strategies. Meantime, cardiologist and chairman of international operations at the Cleveland Clinic, Dr. Curtis Riverman, explains what their organization experts from partnerships.
If the patient truly is in the center and it's an organization of integrity and it aligns with Cleveland Clinic's mission, these are the types of opportunities that we'd like to pursue as an organization. And I'm very pleased after the past 6 to 8 months of really frequent discussions, detailed analysis on both sides, that we've agreed to come together in the Strategic Advisory Council to frankly learn from each other, to grow together, and to figure out how we can even continue to better serve patients around the world and specifically in the Bahamas.
Minister of Social Services and Urban Development, the Honorable Frankie Campbell, revealed in the House of Assembly Wednesday afternoon that he is confident in the Royal Bahamas Police Force in yielding positive results from the investigation into a video of alleged child abuse at the Children's Emergency Hostel. He also pointed to improvements for children's homes nationwide.
There had already been works towards standardizing our protocols at all of the homes. Those works included looking at professional standards. Those works include looking at the whole question of discipline. So I want to say to those persons who have expressed genuine concern that those works will continue, probably now at a more rapid pace based on what has happened. But I want to assure that they will cover
all of our homes. And you would have already heard me allude to legislation that is coming as it relates to senior citizens' homes.
More than 40 die-hard Junkanoos from around the Bahamas grabbed their paste, crepe paper, and tricks, and of course a KFC bucket to create stunning headpieces for the KFC Junkanoo Buckets competition. The morning team caught up with the Colonel Choice winner about the competition and what went behind taking your order.
They went the entire Saturday night into Sunday and went the entire Sunday and Sunday night into Monday.
That's KFC Colonel Choice winner and founder of the Genesis Warhawks, Owen Stubbs, recalling how he stayed up for hours crafting and designing the winning piece that encompassed the pure KFC dining experience. The May I Take Your Order costume gave the artistic designer the cutting edge over his competitors as he walked away with some $5,000. We caught up with Owen recently to talk about his big win and to find out why he decided to be a part of fierce competition.
I tried to find a way to encapsulate KFC's offering as far as their product and their service and their overall art direction and their ad campaigns and whatnot. So I went online, I looked at some of the ads that they've been putting out, some of the specials that they have running, and I looked at the uniforms that the staff wears on a day-to-day basis. And I tried to bring all that together, and I was able to come up with a winning product. And I saw the need to enter the competition because it was an outlet that I could showcase my fringing skills. KFC put that as part of their guidelines for the competition, and I was like, wow, this is a perfect opportunity.
Well, coming out on top came as a big surprise. Owen says the winning prize will be put to good use, especially in these times.
With the environment that we're living in right now with COVID and the financial strife that a lot of people are going through, trust me, the little prize money that we were able to get from that competition went a long, long way. And I thank KFC and all the people that were involved in making that happen for us.
Like many others during the Junkanoo season, Owen had withdrawal symptoms as it was his first time being out of the shacks or away from Bay Street for the holidays. However, he says entering the competition kept him busy.
The struggle was real for a lot of us, you know. For many of us, we have not spent Christmas at home for our entire lives, you know what I mean? We're always in the shack, always preparing to bring that spectacular show to Bay Street. And it was a brand new experience for a lot of us. We spend the time doing little group activities and virtual this and that, you know, to try to keep occupied with our time. And KFC came in clutch with this competition, and it was a real exciting and refreshing thing for us to do.
Congrats to you, Owen. Stay close. We've got more right after this. You're watching The Morning Edition.
You got to make the best of what you have in front of you. And that's some of our problems. We don't know how to make the best of what we've got. You keep on looking out the window and seeing something better. And you think if you get that, that's what's going to make your, oh Lord, this is what's going to make your life better. But I need to tell you, you need to make the best of who you are.
Join us this and every Sunday at 8:30 a.m. for Faith Touch on ZNS TV 13.
Welcome back. Well, a big game last evening for Buddy Hield in the NBA. He scored a season high of 26 points to help the Sacramento Kings to a 121-107 win over the Orlando Magic.
I think what was good to me is I just got to be more attacking, more. I've been like setting in too much jump shots. I got to mix my game up. You know, I've been watching my games and not watching film from the past, and this is not who I am, and I'm not a three-point shooter. I can do both. I try to score from all three levels, and I've been finishing the rim well lately. But like I say, it's gonna come. Everything's gonna come. I'm just gonna keep locking in and work on things I need to work on to be a better player for this team.
A slow night for DeAndre Ayton. He had just 5 points and pulled down 14 rebounds. The Phoenix Suns went down 102-97 to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Suns are right back on the floor tonight against the Golden State Warriors. Over in Europe, Jonquel Jones continuing to put up big numbers for UMMC. Last night, the Grand Bahama native had a game high of 27 points and added 16 rebounds in a 102-59 blowout win. Jonquel won't be back on the court again until Valentine's Day on February the 14th. In Japan, Kadeem Colby and the Akita Hapanettes also in the win column last evening. They picked up a victory of 79-73. Colby finished up with a side high of 16 points at 19-10 on the season. Akita plays again on Saturday. Mark St. Fort also playing in Japan. He's now in the second division with the Firebonds. They went down 88-78. St. Fort had a side high of 19 points. And that's a wrap for us this morning. For the entire morning team, I'm LaDawn Davis. Make it a great day, everyone.
First of all, you don't need no validation. You don't need no affirmation from nobody. No, sir. No.